My opponents state that government loans are harmful to the students. It is true that tuition has clearly gone up over the course of years, stated by both my partner and my opponents. It is also true that it is more expensive to go to school and most students cannot afford it, but it's not going an option. There is always an alternative. One of the alternatives is subsidized loans. What are subsidized loans? They are loans for eligible students to help cover costs of higher education that come with set interest rates. These set interest rates go from 5 to 19% at most. The question is, how available are subsidized loans? Subsidized loans are more available than private loans, as subsidized loans go for about 90% qualification rates. They are available by the government, and they cover costs that grants and scholarships do not cover. The article named "What are the benefits of subsidized student loans?" has quoted 4 major benefits of the subsidized loans. The first one: unlike a mortgage of car payment, a student is not required to start paying back a subsidized loan until 6 months after his or her graduation. The second point will be, in addition, a subsidized student loan has a deferment clause. If the graduate needs to delay payment, the loan can be held for longer periods of time. The third, the interest is not tackled onto the remaining balance like a credit card does. The total interest is figured into the repayment amount of the loan itself from the onset of repayment. The interest is always paid beforehand. The fourth one, since most subsidized student loans have a 10-year repayment plan, an individual only pays the interest on the 10 years itself instead of years 11 through 18, depending on the length of the schooling. A survey done by College Board itself showed that from 2002 to 2008, only 29% of students in graduate and undergrads took on subsidized loans. However, past 2008, over 39% of students have now been taking subsidized loans because they claim that it is easier for them to pay off. Over $100 billion of federal loans is given to subsidized loans every single year. Another survey done by Formatia in 2008 states that over the course of 4 years, average of 61% of students who take subsidized loans only have a debt of about $19,000 after they graduate. However, in the case of private loans, $27,000 of debt is done, and only 44% of students actually take private loans. My opponents claim that subsidized loans are harmful to us, but they did not state the fact that an alternative to it, as private loans, is even more harmful and puts us in the deeper part of the water itself. Private loans are proven to have greater harm. What is a private loan? A private loan is a form of unsecured personal loan. It is not guaranteed to anyone, and they are given by the banks, unions, and lenders. Private loans have a lot of negatives. The first one is that to obtain a private loan, it depends on your credit score. And your credit score must be over 700 FICO score. And the FICO score is the line of credit, and it runs from 300 to 850. And having a 700 for an 18-year-old to 22-year-old undergrad student is a lot. This is why most of the students who require to get private loans need to be signed by a cosigner. This means that somebody else who has a high credit score of about 700 could sign their paper for them. Another fact is that private loans go for over 20% interest rates. This is more than the average. This is more than the average done on subsidized loans itself. There is a more restricted payment term than the federal loans, and they have few lenders. Unlike the subsidized loans that have 90% lenders, this has very little lenders, which does not allow to give out more money. To go against one of my opponent's claims on the credit score itself, he said that you need to have a high credit score to get subsidized loans, whereas you need no credit to get it, and you need over 700 to get a private loan itself.